It's nighttime again. I'm the Pharaoh of the Night Dynasty, and this time around we are talking about the Immortals and how we can make them immortal again. Now, Immortals lost their exploding sixes, meaning exploding fives, which sucks, but in this video I will show you why the Immortals are better. Now, I would love to hear my fellow Overlords' opinion on Immortals in the comments section. With all that being said, it's nighttime, so let's dive in. So let's discuss the bad things about the Immortal Squad. The Immortal rules can be found on page 92 of the Codex. Um, the bad thing about the Immortal, one of the bad things is that it only has the squad can only have 5 to 10 wounds, and with reanimation protocol, you have to survive the attack in order to get your reanimation protocol roll. And having so few wounds, that is a bad thing for reanimation protocol. And also, neck runs are slow. It's a slow move, slow army, only able to move 5 inches with their movement. But that's a weakness that all of us overlords have learned to live with, I think, or at least play around. And also another weakness of the Immortals is that they're slightly expensive. 17 points for an Immortal compared to a tactical squad or compared to a tactical Marine, which is 18. It seems like we're paying a little bit too much for Immortal. Also, with the Tesla option, we have to pay 2 extra points, so it brings the total to 19, 1 point higher than a tactical Marine, 1 point less than a intercessor Marine. I think that is not right. I think they have it off by maybe 1 or 2 points, but um, that's something we just have to live with for now. Hopefully, when they change the points, they will make those adjustments. But really, those are the main weaknesses of the Immortal Squad. Now, let's talk about some of the good things about this unit. Some of the good things about the Immortals is that they're toughness 5 and they have 2 attacks. Having toughness 5 makes this unit more durable. That's another one of the good things about it. They're very durable. Toughness 5, 3 plus save, reanimation protocol. That is incredibly tough. It has 2 attacks, which is very good for being an objective sitter. A lot of units will try to come and attack you in the backfield. Having 10 attacks, 10 sprint 4 attacks can be able to handle some of those units that may come attack you. For instance, in our case, we have scarabs that like to try to come around and attack. But with the toughness of 5 and having 2 attacks, we will be able to win battles against units like that. It's a core unit, which means it can get My Will Be Done, and it also benefits from Relentless March, which increases the mobility of the unit, and also being able to hit on a 2 plus is very important. And also, My Will Be Done applies to it says +1 to hit. It doesn't say melee. It doesn't just say shooting. It also applies to melee. The Immortals having a two attacks. I'm going to show you later on in the battlefield. You can turn Immortals into a miniature flayed one unit. There's with the stratagems they get because they're core, they can literally be in one sequence. They can do the Reaper Bomb and attack at the same time. It's a pretty cool thing that I'm going to show in about. It's a pretty cool combo that I'm going to show that you should stay tuned for. Um, and also, the guns are still good. The God's Blaster actually gains 6 inches, which is very good. The God's Blaster is Strength 5 -2 AP. That is perfect. -2 makes Storm Shield units usually go up to a 4 plus save. It made some Marines. The Sprint 5 means you wound Marines on a 3 plus, and it's 30 inches, so it's long range. Also, even the Tesla option, a lot of people don't take the Tesla option, but the Tesla allows you to apply pressure constantly to everything on the map. The 24 inches on on this battlefield with the way they have objectives set up, well, the Tesla is still a good option. You don't get the exploding fives, so yes, it's not as strong as that version, as the 8th edition version that we're used to, but getting average, I think on average it is 16 hits, 16, 17, or 18. Can't do the math in my head right now, but it's in that area, and that should cause around 6, 7 wounds on a Marine unit, and that is really good. So just because the you don't get the 5 plus exploding doesn't mean that having that many hits is bad. Having 16, 17 sprint 5 hits, um, that's like having 5 heavy bolters hit. Except the heavy bolters, of course, have the 2 wounds and yada yada yada. But I mean, and the -1 AP. But you understand what I'm trying to say. With that being said, let's go to the battlefield. Okay. With the battlefield, I've already, to save time, I've already did the math. I already rolled the dice rather to simulate, so to save some time. But the first thing I wanted to show off was how durable intercessors are. Many people don't quite have grasp because they're not taking them anymore. How durable that unit is. Okay, so um, in my simulation, on the battlefield. I pictured what would shoot at the what would shoot, excuse me, what would shoot at the Immortals. So here's an example of a Outrider unit shooting at them. So there's 12 shots, re-rolling the one. I'm pretending like they're within range of a captain. And in this scenario, it should have only been 2 saves. I accidentally put in an extra one because of the 4 plus. I don't know what I was thinking. So it killed two. Most likely, it should have only killed one. And then I did another Outrider attack. Um, and it was once again only 2 saves. I failed both of them, but reanimation protocol came in and I saved. So at that point, I'm at 7 Immortals. And then I did another Outrider. So at this point, I've shot 360 points worth of models at the Immortal squad, and he's only killed 3. Um, and this time around, he forced 3 saves. I mean, yeah, 3 saves, and he killed one. And at this point, I'm like, okay, apparently this toughness 5 3 plus save isn't like bolt of fire. You see how little bolt of fire do, how much, how bolt of fire literally bounces off of these guys. So I increased it. I decided to do heavy intercessors with the assault option. So they're shooting like 15 strength 5 shots from 30-inch range. That is something you possibly would will have to deal with if they become popular units. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to have a strength 5 weapon, um, and even with the strength 5 weapon, it forced 5 saves, and with those 5 saves, only two armor saves, and so that dropped it down to 4 Immortals. And then I shot another heavy intercessor squad, and I ended up rolling really well with the reanimation protocol rolls, so none died. So I was, after all of that, I had four, well, I said five Immortals because I accidentally added one wound up there. So I had five Immortals left after three Outriders and two Heavy Intercessor squads, with a captain giving them rerolls. That's how durable Immortals are now. Now imagine if I had the Guardian protocol going, giving me the +1 light cover save. I would have had a 2+ armor save. That is another option you can do with the Immortals to make them even more durable. If you're going second, whenever you activate that protocol, the Internal Guardian, your Immortals will have a 2+ armor save against shooting attacks. Now, um, the one of the bad things about it was the poor movement, but with Mephrit, Sawtac, you can with Mephrit, it's going to increase the range of your weapons by three, which helps. Makes your Tesla 27-inch range. Makes your God's Blasters 33-inch range. With Sawtac, having that rapid fire at 18 inches is huge. Um, if you're using Mephrit, your Tesla option becomes 27 inches instead of 24. And I wanted to show people that the Tesla option is still good. I mean, it's still good. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still good. So here I rolled 20d6 and I got 18 hits. And I'm not talking about with My Will Be Done. This is without My Will Be Done, and this is with them advancing as well. So if you're not going to use My Will Be Done on them, since the theory behind it is because you're no longer getting exploding fives, there's no longer a point in giving them My Will Be Done. So you mouse as so you just so you are better off just advancing with them. I mean, 2 to 3 extra hits is not going to be game changing. I'd rather be able to get to the objective, take advantage of Relentless March, giving me that extra 1 inch when I advance, than being able to get a few extra hits. And with the hitting on threes. So that is the reason why they separated them, is because My Will Be Done used to give you the +1 hit and the +1 movement. They actually separated those two buffs, and because of that separation, it allows the Tesla option to still be good, because now you are getting to use that movement to get to the objective and still be able to shoot the Tesla and be able to get all these hits. The first time I got 18 hits, second time I got 15 hits, and the third time I got 17 hits. On average, those amount of hits will do 5 wounds to a Marine unit. So from 24 inches off. So the Tesla option is still a viable option. It's just not as good as it used to be. And instead of using My Will Be Done on them to net you 2 to 3 extra hits, just go ahead and advance them. Get the extra D6 +1 movement, and then still get your 16 to 17 sprint 5 hits off. That's that is what you should be doing with Tesla Immortals. Just forget My Will Be Done. Just get the extra. Just get advance. Okay, now this is the combo I wanted to show you guys. Um, you basically can turn an Immortal squad into a Flayed One squad that has guns, God's blasters. To do this, you would need the Novik Dynasty. But you can use other dynasties as well, as each dynasty has their own buffs that they can apply. Because I will explain. So we're going to take advantage of the night of the prismatic dimensional breach stratagem. Most people are using that stratagem with Lich Guard to get the easy charge. Now I'm about to show you how you can use that stratagem, and you can. A lot of people are saying, "Man, I wish I had, I wish I could put flayed ones in there." Well, you can still put Lich Guard in there, or if you wanted to, you can put Necron Warriors in there, and you can pull off a similar effect. Um, the only reason why I'm using Immortals is because the Immortals have God's blasters, which is easier to pull this off with. I mean, technically, you might be able to do this with Necron Warriors could do this as well, but Necron Warriors don't have the durability of this unit, so to speak. You can use this combo with Necron Warriors as well. What I'm getting at. Okay, so your turn. You move in your Night Scythe. Use Prismatic Dimensional Breach to bring in the Immortals. All right. You're going to shoot at the Eradicators, but you're going to charge the Intercessors. Now, and I'm going to show you how, with some stratagems, you're able to do a lot of damage to both of these units, if not kill them. All right. So, you're going to use Relentless Onslaught and Disintegration Capacitors. Those two stratagems when you shoot at this unit. So that means you get exploding sixes as well as sixes auto wound. So in this scenario, you got three sixes, so you already have three wounds. And then with 14d6 hits, you roll again, and you got a total of eight saves. But with the plus three, that's 11 saves. Oops. And with those 11 saves, that unit will take 8 wounds from the eradicators. If you're using Novak, he would have took 8. If you're using Mephrit, he would have took 10. If you would have used the Mephrit stratagem with the mortal wounds, which cause extra mortal wounds, you would have did 13. So you would have caused 8 wounds if you would have shot. Now imagine if you would have shot the um, Night Scythe added. The Night Scythe would probably do what, at least 2 to 4 wounds, right? So that that unit is now hurt. You then charge this unit. You you will use disruption fields to get you +1 strength, and you will also use rights of what is it called, the Novak one, to give you +1 attack. So that means you get 30 attacks at strength 5, AP -1. So you literally have 30 strength 5, AP -1 attacks. That is the equivalent of a um, flayed one unit. I rolled 30 dice, only half hit, but I rolled really well with my 2 wound, which was 11d6. He didn't roll, but he rolled pretty bad. And I caused 7 wounds to the intercessors. Now you can do this same strategy with Necron warriors. You have more models, so it's possible that you like if you wanted to, you can see where you can possibly like do a whole little Congo line with warriors here and be able to get more shots here and then charge this unit. You won't be able to do a lot of damage to them, but you will most likely kill this unit with all the shooting that you can get because it'll be up to 40 shots at this unit instead of just 20. But Immortals do a pretty decent job as well. I don't know why I'm trying to put this thing back to where the size it was a while ago. Immortals do a pretty decent job also of with this strategy because the thing is, after they get there, they are tough. Where the warriors are just relying on numbers and I don't know. It's your choice. The difference is this unit costs 170 points. The the warrior unit is going to cost you 260 points. So that's 90-point difference. This option saves you 90 points. Um, so that is the combo that was was going to show you. Now let's talk about battlefield supremacy and how to make sure you get the most out of your Necron warriors. Um, their core. So make sure you use my will be done when using alpha strike tactics, and that's really whenever I'm talking about anytime you are using the veil or you're using prismatic dimensional corridor or you're using the other thing that the monolith can use, you can make sure you use my will be done on them whenever you are teleporting them around the table, just so that you can get those that 2+ to hit. That sounds obvious, but just put that in there. You can combine shooting and melee to overwhelm. In that case, um, I could have easily, instead of charging the intercessors, imagine if I were to charge the um, eradicators. I could have did that. So if you want to, you can shoot and assault the same unit. And if you do that, that's going to take out whatever unit that is. Because basically, there's no way they can survive the shooting of a. Is like you're combining you're making them strong enough to be a flayed one unit after you hit them with the shooting. The Sawtech now just doing the good things about that you can use if they're Sawtech. They get the 18-inch rapid fire Novak, the +1 AP. Remember they got two attacks now, and with disruption fields, you can get them up to strength 5. Mefrit, you can actually get that extra AP and extra range on your Tesla. Nefrit, the auto sixes, you don't get to shoot, but with the auto sixes, that can be a good thing. Now, with one of the custom dynasty traits, Hunters, um, with expansionists, you get your free 6-inch move, and you get in the spot, and you stay still with your 10 unit squad, and with their 30-inch range, they can rapid fire. They can shoot their 20 shots, which is a really is Pitless Hunters is a good one that I don't think people are paying attention to, but that's a possible option you can use if you have an immortal based army. You can make them very mobile with prismatic dimensional breach, or prismatic dimensional corridor, or using the veil. The prismatics are stratagems, and the veil of darkness is, of course, the relic. You can use relentless onslaught, disruption fields, and disintegration capacitors to increase the damage output of the Immortals. Disruption fields is excellent. Having those extra, making those 20 attacks strength 5 is amazing for Immortals. Um, Now, with the Dynasty stratagems, the Method has one where you can get an extra 3 mortal wounds. Don't discount that. 3 mortal wounds is enough to take out a Gravis unit. Nephrit will allow you to deep strike in the Immortals, which is excellent for, of course, all of a sudden, being anywhere on the board. Novak with the +1 attack, I showed you how you can combine that with their shooting to just kill one unit. It's ridiculous. Um, and of course, their eject. Don't forget their objectives secured and their durability. So they're excellent for grabbing objectives. And don't forget the command protocols they work really well with is the Eternal Guardian to give them that 2+ save. If you're going second, Eternal Guardian gives you a 2+ save, makes them super durable. Also, you can use Hungry Void on the turn that you want to use. If you want to use the combined shooting and melee um, thing, instead of using the disruption fields, you can just use Hungry Void command protocol. And basically, that is how you can use the Immortals. Um, I did my best to make this video as short as possible, but with me having the battlefield option, it makes it difficult to do those things. That's why I added the battlefield supremacy part, where you can just go to that section to get an a better, just to get a summary of what the video is about. As always, thanks for watching Nighttime. If you remember to like or subscribe, I will be putting out a lot of content. I feel the content is very strategical. It will help Necron players win more games, and that will help us conquer the galaxy. If you have any questions or comments, you can message me or put them below. And until next time, have a good night.